Hello everyone, it's Beck here from Hello, my name is Beck, popping in today to show you this white on white with one swap. Now this was a swap that we organised, or I had organised over on the Facebook Happy Mailers group, and it was the June swap. So we have a swap each month, and this one was put up on the 1st of June. You have a week to sign up for it, and then you have to send it out by the end of June. So white on white is basically, as it sounds, that you have to create a white on white happy mail, and then with one means that you can do a colour as well. I chose to use the accent of silver, but other people used pink and blue. And yeah, we had some really good entries, or not entries but swaps for this this challenge, and yeah, people definitely rose to the challenge on this one. So I'm making a flat mail here, which is really good for either international mail if you are having to send it internationally. My partner was actually Australian, so it was nice and easy for me to mail this to her in Australia, and it only cost $2.20 because it was a large letter. But if you were to send this and it was under 50 grams, as in a large letter envelope, and you were sending it overseas here in Australia, you would be able to send this as just a 50-gram small letter, even though it is the size of a large letter. So I'll have to talk to you about that more if you want to know a bit more about it. My husband works at Australia Post. So I have these two sheets here that I plan to stick together. I have made a pocket on the back, and I have stuck double-sided tape in the middle of the pocket because I plan to sew around the edge. And if you sew around the edge and you have double-sided tape, it makes your needle very sticky. So I have made sure that the pocket opens and has a depth to the pocket so you can slide something in. So looking here for options for the white on white, I've got a vellum that I want to use as a pocket, and then I want to use this plain white cardstock. So because I have the embossed cardstock as the main feature, I didn't want to then add more embossed cardstock down at the bottom for a pocket. And what I plan to do with the white pocket is it actually looks better when it's actually on a simpler coloured paper. So I'm just making my pockets at an angle so that they have a touch of interest about them. You can actually just make your pocket straight across if you want to, but yeah, I wanted to have mine both slanted, so slanting towards each other. So I'm just literally using my pencil and measuring the actual width of the flat mail, and yeah, so it's nice and simple, and I sew around the whole edge to be able to actually secure all of them in place, which is cool, and it also secures the two papers together, the two embossed papers, so you've got something on the back as well. So yes, my next thing, because I don't want to sew it just yet, I have to actually add my planned decoration to that front pocket. So you can see here I have these butterflies, and what they do is they cut the wings. They don't actually cut the body of the butterfly, so you can actually raise up the wings as just a decoration. So it's really cool. I'm just using my Cuttlebug. My Cuttlebug is now, I think, 11 years old, 10 years old. So, and yeah, I run that through my Cuttlebug, and I have the butterflies here with their wings cut, but like I said, the bodies are not cut, so it means that you can just raise up their wings. So I'm just using my bone folder here to raise up their wings either side, This would be fabulous as like a birthday card. What you could do is have all 3 of the butterflies in a single row, and you could have lovely coloured cardstock underneath, like bright coloured cardstock underneath. But because this is white on white, I actually end up putting a glitter cardstock underneath the actual butterflies. So I have a silver here and a white glitter. So I am just looking at both the silver and the white. I know that I want my accent colour to be silver, but I end up choosing the white glitter because of the challenge being white on white. And then my accent colour comes in the goodies that I choose to pop into the pocket. Now the goodies in the actual swap didn't have to actually fit in with the white on white challenge. They could be any colour and you'd be able to put the goodies in. Because otherwise that would have been way too hard. But I made it harder for myself by actually deciding I would make the goodies white on white and also silver. So I think this went to Carol. Yeah, it went to Carol in the group, and so I'm hoping she really liked it. I have a feeling Carol made something absolutely stunning for her partner, and it's not arrived yet because it's an international, so I can't wait to see what she's created, because the sneak peeks that she was putting up on the group were absolutely fabulous. So I'm just using double-sided tape here. This double-sided tape from Alina Craft is such a strong tape that I wanted to use that for the glitter. Now you can see me using my craft knife there just to slice the actual double-sided tape, because I forgot that my white glitter cardstock is not perfectly shaped and then what would happen if I had double-sided tape outside of the glitter cardstock? It wouldn't act as a pocket because it would stick to the vellum underneath. So you can see me, I'm just making sure that there's no double-sided tape to make sure that that pocket actually remains a pocket and doesn't stick to the vellum. So a lot of the times you'll see me place my paper down and then I'll just raise a corner up to take out the double-sided tape. I find that's a really good way of keeping things in the right position. So I did the exact same with the actual 2 pieces of paper as the background. I place them together, I hold them with my palm, and then I just lift up a corner so that it holds them in place, and then I peel back the tape bit by bit and then stick it down so that it holds in the right position. So that is my white glitter cardstock underneath the pocket, and then I plan to sew. This is my little finger showing you that I'm going to sew around the edge. So I did do that. Now I didn't want to do the vellum diagonal because I felt that I could ruin it with my sewing machine, because vellum's quite thin, so I didn't want to even risk that. So I choose a different option later. So, and then I wanted to add a sentiment to the front of the pocket. So I have received this kindness die recently. It's a word die with a background. You can see the vellum background there. And so I'm stacking the dies together to create, because it's white on white, I wanted to create some shadow and definition. So by stacking them up, you actually are creating definition by giving a shadow. So that's something that I've learned from Jennifer Maguire. She does stacked die cuts all the time. So I'm just going around with my scissors. Any glue that has leaked out, I'm just quickly taking off with my scissors and then flattening that together with my light stamping block. So popping some more glue onto that back to then stick onto the vellum shadow, which is good. Now this also came with a stamp set, this die, so came from AliExpress, and I know that it is actually a brand die from someone else. I just couldn't afford to spend the $15 for the die and then another $15 to $20 for the stamp set, so I have purchased it on AliExpress, and I know that's naughty, but I did. So that's the kindness, and then the stamp set comes with some really beautiful sayings, and the one that I chose for this mail, or this happy mail, is share handmade. So it comes out and it says share handmade kindness. So, and I think that's really, really appropriate for happy mail. So I'm using my stamping block there to hold that down onto, and it make sure as well that it's holds down flat as well, so it doesn't warp the vellum, and it doesn't warp the actual page underneath, even though that's card underneath. So this is the stamp set here. There's lots of beautiful sayings, and so I'm just using the share handmade. So I'm using my stamping block there to stamp this out. I start by using the Memento black ink, but I then realize it's stamping too thick. It's coming out quite a thick look. So I then end up getting my VersaFine ink out. So I tried stamping this one again just to see whether it made a difference, and then I end up getting the VersaFine because it creates a thinner text. I think the ink is a thinner text, and so now I still don't like that because the E looks a bit blotchy to me, so then I go again for the third time, and then I think you'll see my little hand go, yep, that's the one. That's the one. So I then grab my guillotine, because this is something I have learnt again from Jennifer Maguire. She's a card maker. You actually slide a piece of card right up to the blade, so put the blade down and you slide the card in. Then what you do is you slide in the little word sentiment underneath that card, so you can actually position it perfectly to actually create the perfect width that you need for your tiny word sentiment. And so there I am, just putting it onto the white glitter cardstock, so that it stands out from the white card. Yeah, so it's a really, really handy technique. There are actual dies that you can buy for word sentiments. Actually, you can run through and it'll cut out around your stamped sentiment, but I don't have those, so I am using the other technique of my guillotine. Very handy. So then I come in with sequins. Now these sequins are pure translucent, pure clear, and they have a beautiful shine about them. So they are perfect for this white on white challenge because they are just clear, translucent, very shiny. So they're not silver or anything, they are literally just clear. So it works perfectly on the white on white. And now you will see me move these around for a ridiculously long time. So this video is actually sped up ×3, so you can see that I will shuffle and change the size of them, and yeah, until I'm happy. So I really, really love how this turned out in the end, and yeah, if you fancy coming along and joining the Happy Mailers, you're more than welcome. The Happy Mailer group is on Facebook. All you have to do is look up Happy Mailers, or what you could do is send me a message and I will send you a link to the Happy Mailers. There are a few questions that you have to answer in order to join the group. If you don't answer them, unfortunately, I decline your request. So you have to let me know why you want to join and where you saw about the Happy Mailers. So and also if you have an Instagram, so I can check out and see whether you are a happy mailer like the rest of us. So yeah, you're more than welcome to come over and join in the fun. It's a great community. We do a challenge, a mid-month challenge. So the mid-month challenge this month is called More Than Words, and it's to do with book pages and using book pages in Happy Mail. So coming in with some double-sided tape here to run along this pocket. Now this hides the fact that I haven't actually sewn this edge, because it really did look quite obvious to me that I'd sewed around the white and I'd sewn around the actual whole Happy Mail, the flat mail, but because I didn't want to ruin the actual vellum, I didn't sew that. So I'm coming in with some lace, and I love how the lace actually has a shine and a shimmer to it, so it once again adds another texture. So just bending the double-sided tape back just there and slowly working my way down, making sure that the lace is right on the edge of that pocket. And because the double-sided tape is right underneath it, you can't actually feel the stickiness underneath. So that's good. It just it holds the lace perfectly, and you can't actually see the double-sided tape either, which is really, really cool. So now I think I'm finished on that. These are the goodies that I've put in. So if you are looking at a great flat mail, this is the one for you. And depending on what you put in goodie wise, it can be very, very light. Obviously the wax seals that I did were a bit heavier. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and give this video a like and a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Take care everyone, lots of crafty love, bye!